A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. Come with me. Let us find shelter from the rain. There's a pleasant breeze and glorious sunshine. So, where shall we go for a walk? Come with me. Let us find shelter from the rain.
Take flight! Hold the line!
Getting here! Prepare!
Look alive! Hi! Gloves off! My apologies! Allow me! Let's move out.
Take flight!
Rust and reboot!
Whirling snow! Yeah! wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me. So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of...
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than order.
You do it!
No. I think you should.
What can I get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering.
What would you like to order?
2 servings of mora meat to...
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Xinyun.
Master?
Huh?
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before.
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter... Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter.
And check out the great food, too.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler in Paimon. The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So, I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things...
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human. Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Oh, a sensible...
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
I see. Oh, just as expected of Master. I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future.
Whoa. Her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasant...
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about...
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe...
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest. In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand...
What kind?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the...
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old...
Have you been lonely, Master?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous. What is the
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the...
To me, they are both, Master. One is the...
One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise. This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action.
She got, like, what, tip?
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
All right, good luck with the lunchtime rush.
I'll try...
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
One is fond of all kinds. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique
Everything's so tasty! A bit too hot at times, but still soup.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are...
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny? But it smells so delightful.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests.
Okay, I'll ask her. Excuse me, would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no...
Well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Shu.
Granny?
Yep. Is there something...
No, Paimon's just a bit surprised.
Yeah, a lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks. Granny, why don't you take a seat?
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I want braised earthworms. They always... No, not this again.
Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Right, that's what Paimon... I... needed...
Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's... Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have... They died young. Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her.
Wow.
You're... And me? Oh, you're tough too, Granny. Plus you're...
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again. You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just...
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear, and her breathing remains...
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert.
Not anymore. Although...
A younger version of...
This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on?
As one said, fate must have...
Are you sure?
Paimon's Paimon.
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first...
Oh, we don't need any payment for this. You're welcome. But Miss Shenyun, all we have to go off is that dream.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her...
Sounds like a plan. So, Gran...
Why, of course I do. The heavens above.
Okay, taking that... Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who said, if it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something.
A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinto knows tons about Liyue's chivalric tradition.
Are you leaving already?
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a...
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters...
Street word rambler?
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Always wanted to try this place.
Everyone, Liyue people must have iron stomach.
Huh. It's you two. What brings you here?
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her...
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from...
Thanks a lot, Shincho.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shincho.
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character, was also often seen near those 3 places. That... You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw... I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public...
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover...
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth...
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Shincho. Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Shincho...
Well, they used to be. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely... The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monster...
That sounds awful!
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. Still, as terrible... They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyan. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Shincho.
It's no problem at all.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank you. Straight word, but... Ping. What is...
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping...
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden?
Well, the inquiry is approximately how much more would one need...
It does not require as much...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking?
Nothing save for some trivial...
Shincho has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss...
Do not be troubled, young lady.
What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your...
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe... that's my grandpa. I don't have many memories of him. But there was this one time I found a box in her attic full. I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take...
Thank you.
Okay, since we have the time...
Sure thing. What would you like to know?
I have a secret I want to tell you. Let's go
What's wrong, Shiryu?
Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all adepti in disguise?
Oh! About that.
Well, you guys just seem super special.
Oh, must have been a slip of the tongue. Shamyun...
One is indeed an adeptus.
Huh?
I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then she put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So, I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features.
That's weird. Was it really just... Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much.
Leave it to us! Now that we know, let's go to Wangshu Inn for...
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
Wangshu Inn.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I'll
come with.
Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar... Whoa! Shao! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this...
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang continuous fire mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows...
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but the Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did—
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals. When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the... Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago.
One believes there is little need to relive—
Granny, are you okay?
Perhaps this conversation should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name.
Everyone! I think Granny is finally
Slowly now. Calm.
A long time ago.
Huh. So what Shinto said was true! You did—
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul revitalizer. He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several—
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that and it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watch me grow.
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just—
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is—
Next location. There isn't really a landmark there, so after all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere.
I don't remember this place. Still, I was thinking.
Huh? Why a game?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because...
I don't remember playing it that much. Are you sure about that, Gran?
Ah, is that so?
Not here then. Let's try somewhere else. Paimon sees an abandoned house! Why don't we take a break over there?
This place...
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Sure, it was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. I remember that night. I remember falling to my I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath.
Sin? Oath?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. But you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always...
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you, I would... All right. Let's not stand around...
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Qingyu Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
Oh, you're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second.
Let's all take a seat!
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you!
Wait, you weren't supposed to drink that, Paimon. That was for you to rinse your utensils.
Wow, so much delicious food! Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
That's just how we do it where I'm from. Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to worry about...
Eat! If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it. What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood congee? Let me refill your bowl.
Paimon's gonna take you up on that. Fill it up nice... So full. That meal was... Oh, listen! Paimon's figured it out. Let's think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full of That would explain why you try to keep your friends in...
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu?
Huh? You know Xingqiu?
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am, you hear all sorts of rumors. Sometimes, more often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Oh, you truly are a man...
Okay, enough with the teasing.
What? Oh, Paimon...
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small-scale stuff, you know? My dad... He always wanted me to inherit the family business. To be a merchant like him. But that's just not who I am. It's not who I ever wanted to be.
Have you ever talked to him about it? You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I want. According to my dad, though,
Oh, that's terrible!
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only. One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants. In the end, I was so angry that I... don't get on my case just yet, okay? It's not like I think... No. I know that it was... But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but... if I made it big in Liyue Harbor...
Coming.
But... I'm sure you both already know how that's going. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have still...
Paimon understand.
Okay, enough of all that serious talk.
Actually, we told Xianyun that we would go to her kite-making workshop.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite making?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
That title certainly humanizes...
Oh, I know that she's an adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she?
Is that not something you can...
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely.
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay, I'll go with you. If Auntie Xianyun wants to use those dyes on a kite...
Great! The more the merrier!
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they? My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
Hello, friends.
Ganyu! Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps a guest at Wanmin Restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. Its stimulative effects are much stronger than what can be achieved from chewing. Apologies in advance.
Wait! Shenhe? Not...
See? It worked.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? I'm fine. I just...
Huh. Was it that effect?
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, Paimon doesn't... I feel a bit better now. Was I asleep? Must have been a...
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me.
I could never... I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker.
Well, you know me.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe. And this is Yao Yao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all. Oh, you must be here for Auntie Xianyun's kite making.
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before, as long as
Me too! I want to participate in the kite flying. Plus, it's more meaningful if you make...
Your best friend didn't come with...
Well, Chi-Chi's been super busy helping Dr. Baiju lately. I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with
Wow, you really thought...
As for myself, I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone. But Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors. It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop. So I simply couldn't let... My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes. But I'm ready to put in just...
Well, we're all here. But where the heck is...
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered...
Oh, come on! You clearly heard Paimon!
Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get it while it's still warm.
Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird! Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest adepted. So delicious. Paimon's life is...
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. Go ahead and divide yourselves into small... The materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. Use them. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while...
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on the listening. Paimon knew she could count on you, Traveler.
One will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company if you have...
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see what the others are up to?
Hey, Gaming! Want to team up?
Huh? I have to participate? I thought I'd be done...
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh?
No, it's not that. It would take too long to explain. What do you think, Shuyu? Is there a particular...
I want to swap...
that might be a little hard to pull off.
True, but I still want to try. There's...
Okay, it's...
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it...
Yep.
One is looking...
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao?
I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friends.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, when giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not?
Oh, hey, I never told you the kite was for Chi-Chi.
With age comes wisdom, child. One simply...
Oh, cool. Thanks, Auntie Cloud Retainer. I'm gonna start painting it gold.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression...
We actually haven't started yet, but we're going to start,
Shenhe, it would be great if you could refrain from putting things on...
I see. My apologies.
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time.
Huh? Please, I told you. Just call me Ganyu. Well, all right. Just be gentle.
Firm to the touch with no discernible temperature. Still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
Oh, no need. I'll just... Anyway, we should probably get started on our kite. Perhaps...
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go. First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at? sure you never get lost on your travel. Maybe we're not exercising enough artistic license. Now, what expression should we give her? Since the kite is going... Ooh, like this? Ooh. Now that we've decided, let's... It's done! Paimon has to... Now we just have to attach the string, right?
All right, gather around, everyone.
Oh, Shenyun's calling us!
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow! It's so pretty. Yep. The coloring
If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines.
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form,
Oh, well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it.
Exactly. So I simply closed my eyes.
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow, the disciples of Adepti really are something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by...
The Swanee that Gaming and Shuyu made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark. So you're sure your golden finch is cute too, Yao Yao? It's all thanks to Auntie Cloud.
What about your kite, traveler?
Ta-da! Here it is!
Its self-important countenance.
It makes her look like she's already won the competition.
Well, that's good.
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh? Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety? Oh, and to do so by making use of... one simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer? Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go after...
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released the...
There's wind up ahead. Looks like we can glide over. It's right there!
This Fontanian device of mechanical motion is...
Now is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently...
Calm yourself. Do you have any...
One believes it drifted in the direction... Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but...
Your concern is Miss Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending... On the subject of said kite, however, one simply must remark on the genius of...
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can...
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
Regard the situation with which we are now
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary... Say something, Mountain Shaper.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later...
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not.
That is not our...
Oh, so an Adeptus...
Ah, you're an Adeptus? I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain.
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... Well, and if that's all...
We finally caught up. You sure d- Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
You?
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird...
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as...
Then you are not angry?
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware...
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No word...
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the...
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
We're leaving already? Oh, all this flying for...
Then, should we continue?
A splendid suggestion.
Perhaps your mountain would...
A fine idea.
They're back.
After you left, Yao Yao and Shu Yu tired the Gao Ming offered to escort...
Before he left,
Oh? What did
he said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it... He looked quite dejected as he said...
Now that you mention it, Gao Ming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards...
A reflection of him. If I were a kite, I would cherish that tether.
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection. If Gaming truly sees a kite as a reflection...
Well, people often have different points of view.
Just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go...
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding...
Tolerance and understanding?
We were just chatting. You don't have to butt in on every little thing.
One was merely... Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied...
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the...
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivity.
Hey! Paimon's hungry too! It's not like the...
Shenhe, Ganyu, come...
Whoa, what's with all the secrecy? If you're ready to serve the food, we can help too.
feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing. Is the headpiece secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
How do we look?
Huh? She asked them just like that?
You look pretty too, Ganyu! Oh.
Given that one employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, what colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe?
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer?
I like black.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily. A virtue.
And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable?
Yes, very. I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer.
Thank you, Master.
One is content, as long as you are pleased with the gift.
Seems like your supreme cuisine machine is just... This golden crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and it's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop, and he spent the whole afternoon looking after Shuyu. One was hoping to treat him to... Oh, well. One will just have to extend one's thanks in person.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you, Cloud Retainer.
Huh. One has high He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would...
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh. What strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming?
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't been...
Oh?
Ran away, you say? Huh.
Oh, okay.
What?
This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. We must make haste. As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, he possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye, not just for fabric selection and color pairing, but also for what at a gathering of adepti. Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogius made for her was too long and impractical, lamenting. However, when one asked Menogius his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance by exemplifying a certain elegance. Menogius was that type of person. When it came to... And later... one means to say that Lantern Rite should... It is a time to address problems. Fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can be...
That's nice.
Do you have any ideas, Cloud Retainer?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be...
Is there anything I can do to...
Combining our efforts... Aha! One has an idea. How about this? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yep. Oh, Paimon...
One's designs never... Now then, I counsel rest for all, and to make...
A blade is like a tea leaf. Oh. Only those who